Hello students, welcome to the lecture series of Fluid Mechanics. Myself, Professor Dhruv Patel. In this lecture, we will learn about our chapter number 3, that is motion of the fluid particles and stream. So first of all, let us understand topics to be covered in this chapter. So first we will understand different types of fluid in this chapter, then velocity and acceleration of the particles, then continuity equation for the three-dimensional flow. This is very much important topic regarding to any descriptive exam. Next, we will learn velocity potential function as well as stream function, and at the last, we will solve example based on equipotential lines. Clear? So let us start our first topic, fluid kinematics. So what do you mean by fluid kinematics? So basically kinematics is defined as a branch of science which deals with the motion of the particle without considering forces acting on it. In this you have to remember, in kinematics we did not consider various forces acting on kinematics. So basically kinematics is science which is related to motion but without considering forces. Next, so in the kinematics, we have to find basically velocity and acceleration of the any fluid particle. If you found velocity and acceleration of the fluid particle, then and then we can only find forces acting on fluid particle. Clear students? So for that, we have to understand basic 3 or 4 definitions for this chapter. First one is path line. So what do you mean by path line? It is simple a path traced by the single fluid particle in a motion over a period of time, that is called as path line. Suppose we have single fluid particle like this is fluid particle named A. If we trace path of this fluid particle, one line is obtained, that line is called as path line. Clear? Here for the concept of path line, we simply trace the one fluid particle. Here you have to remember, we simply have to trace only one fluid particle. Clear student? Next one is our streak line. So what do you mean by streak line? It is an instantaneous picture of the position of all fluid particles in the flow in which have passed through given fixed point. Suppose I have one tubular space here. In this fluid particle is passing at the instant of time for the fixed point. Suppose this is a fixed point. If I take image of all the fluid particle, that is known as streak line. See here instantaneous pictures of the fluid particle. Clear? So if we take instantaneous picture of all the fluid particles at particular time, at particular position, that is known as streak line. Clear? Our next topic is streamline. So basically a streamline is a line at which velocity vector is tangential direction to the streamline. So particularly streamline is one simple line for which velocity vector is in tangential direction to the streamline. Clear? It is imaginary line, we have to remember this. In real life that is no any line as a streamline, but it is imaginary line. Clear? Last one is stream tube. So it is very simple. Tubular space obtained by the collection of various streamlines, that is known as stream tube. Clear? Suppose here streamline 1, here streamline 2, here it is 3, 4, 5, and if we collect all the streamline, one tubular space is formed, that is known as stream tube. Clear? So first of all, let us understand basic concept behind the path line, streamline, stalk line and stream tube. So basically it is data related to any analysis software. If we do any analysis in the ANSYS or any type of a software, we have to use these lines, various lines such as path line, streamline and stalk line. Clear students? So in the practical aspects, there is lots of importance of this topic. So let us move on our next theory. Our next theory will be types of fluid flow. Here in the chapter number 1, we have already studied types of fluid. Have you remember it? What do you mean by types of fluid? So there was Newtonian fluid, non-Newtonian fluid, ideal fluid, real fluid, ideal solid, ideal plastic. Clear? And here it is types of fluid flow. So you have to differentiate between those two theories, types of fluids and types of fluid flow. So first type will be steady and unsteady flow. So what do you mean by steady flow? A steady flow is defined as the types of flow in which fluid characteristics like velocity, pressure, density or any type of characteristics at any point do not change with respect to time. Here you have to remember, for the steady flow, all the characteristics remain same with respect to time. Clear? Here keyword is do not change with respect to time. Here it is a keyword. Clear? So if any parameter, suppose we have pressure, suppose we write pressure is equal to constant, velocity is equal to constant, temperature is equal to constant. If these three parameters are constant, then derivative with respect to time, that will be 0. So we can write derivation of velocity with respect to time is also 0, derivation of pressure with respect to time is also 0, and derivation of density with respect to time, that will be 0, because parameter remains same with respect to time. Clear, students? Right? Our next flow will be unsteady flow. So what do we mean by unsteady flow? Exactly opposite to the steady flow. In the unsteady flow, that the types of flow in which velocity, pressure, density, or any type of parameter does not remain same with respect to time, that is known as unsteady flow. If the parameter is constantly changing, then we cannot write its derivation with respect to time is 0. So we have to write del v by del t is not equal to 0. Similar way, del p by del t is not equal to 0. Similar way, we can also write del rho by del t is not equal to 0. Clear, students? So in the steady and unsteady flow, the keyword is with respect to time. You have to remember it. Our next flow will be uniform and non-uniform flow. Uniform means it does not change with respect to place or position or distance. That means, let us take definitions here. Uniform flow is defined as the types of flow in which velocity at the given time does not change with respect to space, or we can say with respect to distance. That means pressure, velocity, temperature remains same with respect to distance. So we can write derivation of velocity with respect to distance is equal to 0, because velocity is constant with respect to time. Clear? Similar way, we can also write derivation of pressure with respect to distance is equal to 0. Derivation of density with respect to distance is equal to 0. Any type of parameter with respect to distance will be 0 in uniform flow. Clear? Next one is non-uniform flow. So exactly opposite to the uniform flow, in the non-uniform flow, parameter is changing with respect to distance. So we cannot write derivation of any parameter with respect to distance is equal to 0. So we have to write del v by del s is not equal to 0. Clear, students? So in the uniform and non-uniform flow, our keyword is with respect to space. You have to remember it. Our keyword is with respect to space, right? Next will be laminar and turbulent flow. So what do you mean by laminar and what do you mean by turbulent flow? So in the previous chapter, we have learned that Reynolds number Re is equal to rho Vd by mu, where rho is equal to density, V is equal to velocity, D is equal to diameter, and mu is equal to dynamic viscosity. If the Reynolds number is less than 2000, then the flow will be laminar. Clear? If the Reynolds number is greater than 4000, then the flow will be turbulent. Clear, students? So here you have to remember, laminar flow is defined as the types of flow in which fluid particles move along well defined path. Means fluid particles moves in straight direction or similar direction, or we can say in the direction of streamline, and all the streamlines are straight and parallel. Clear? Here for the laminar flow, we can also write laminar flow is equal to viscous flow. Next will be turbulent flow. So the turbulent flow is the types of flow in which fluid particles move in zigzag way. In laminar flow, fluid particles move in a straight line, but in the turbulent flow, fluid particle moves in a zigzag way. Clear? Our next topic will be compressible and incompressible flow. This is in the types of fluid flow itself. So compressible. So what do you mean by compressible? So you have to remember, in the compressible process or in the compression process, density is changing. Clear? So compressible flow, that means density can be changed, and incompressible flow, that means density cannot change, right? So in the case of compressible flow, it is the types of flow in which density of the fluid changes from point to point. That means density is not constant. And in the incompressible flow, density remain constant with respect to any pressure or any forces, right? Next will be rotational and irrotational flow. So what do you mean by rotational flow, or what do you mean by rotational body? So simply rotational flow is the types of flow in which fluid particle flowing along the streamline and also rotate about its own axis. That means let us take example of sun and earth. Here suppose this is our sun and this is our earth, right? So earth is rotating around the sun also, and it is also revolving around its own axis. So that type of flow, that is known as rotational flow. And in the irrotational flow, fluid particle does not rotate with respect to its own axis. Clear? It simply rotates around one another body, that is known as irrotational flow. Next will be one dimensional, two dimensional and three dimensional flow. So in the one dimensional, that the flow parameter such as velocity, here we are taking flow parameter is velocity, is function of time and only one direction. Suppose in the from the x, y and z direction, it is function of time and only x direction. Similar way in the two dimensional flow, the flow is the function of time as well as two direction. That means suppose velocity is function of time and x and y direction only. In the three dimensional flow, flow parameter is the function of time as well as three mutual perpendicular directions. That means time t and x, y and z. Clear? It depends on all the three parameter or all the three dimensions. Clear, students? So let us revise various types of fluid flow. Our first flow is steady and unsteady flow. Here in the steady and unsteady flow, keyword is with respect to time. So you have to remember only with respect to time. The parameter which remains stable or steady or constant with respect to time, that is known as steady flow, and parameter which are changing with respect to time, that is known as unsteady flow. That means suppose I have some pipe here, in the pipe one fluid is flowing. If I take temperature of that fluid at 9 am, the temperature is 40 degree Celsius. If I took temperature of that pipe at 10 am, the temperature will be 40 degree Celsius. And if I again took temperature at 1 pm, then also temperature will be 40 degree Celsius. So here parameter temperature remains same with respect to time. So that is known as steady flow. Clear, students? So next one is unsteady flow. In the unsteady, parameter changes with respect to time. Clear? The next one is uniform and non-uniform. In the uniform flow, you have to remember with respect to space parameter. So the parameter which remains same with respect to space. If I have pipe of 1 kilometer long, right? If I take a reading of temperature at 100 meter, at 400 meter and at 1 kilometer, then at the all points temperature will be same. That is known as uniform flow. But at the all the point temperature is different, that is known as non-uniform flow. Clear, students? Next one is laminar and turbulent. For the laminar flow, you have to remember Reynolds number must be less than 2000, and for the turbulent Reynolds number must be greater than 4000. Clear? Next one is compressible and incompressible. So for the compressible flow, density is not constant, and for the incompressible flow, density is constant. Clear? Next one is rotational and irrotational. For the rotational flow, you have to remember example of sun and earth. Earth is also moving around the sun, but it also rotates about its own axis. That is example of rotational body. And irrotational, that means it only rotates about one another particle. It not rotates about its own axis. That is known as irrotational flow, right? Last one is one dimensional, two dimensional and three dimensional. So if the particle or flow is only depends on one parameter, that means one direction, that is known as one directional. If that flow depends on two direction x and y, that is known as two dimensional. And if the flow depends on three direction x, y and z, that is known as three directional flow. Clear? So that is it for the today's point of view. Thank you for watching my lecture.